thank you very much for joining us. What I hope to do this morning is to give you perhaps some ideas and tools that help you run your business more effectively. So the target has been effectively to take an integrated application suite and map it to the needs of small and medium business, both from a time to utility standpoint. None of us have time to get up and running in 2 years. We need it today. Secondly, from a cost standpoint, we don't have the money to, we may have gone out and bought QuickBooks and Salesforce.com or Great Plains and SalesLogix, but who has the $100,000, $200,000 to integrate those systems to get a complete view of your world? And then thirdly, how do you reduce the cost of managing these applications, both from a human resource standpoint and from a time standpoint? So those are the things that I'll cover this morning as well. We have Manu Reiki here, who is from Wine Globe, one of our great local customers. And as more and more companies go online and want to transact business online, it becomes another big challenge. How do you tie your website into your distribution, into your invoicing, into your customer support? In many cases, your website is your only sales person, is your only support person. And most companies take the website and look at it as an afterthought. It's an integrated part of this application, both for e-commerce applications as well as business-to-business transactions when you're dealing with partners, buying and selling from partners. So it's another important piece of the application that I won't spend that much talking about, but I think Manu can address it very well. Everybody has a different set of business challenges. I just take a look at it from a CEO's perspective. And my biggest challenges in running businesses has always been, what's going on in my business right now? What are my sales? How many leads have I had today? What's going on in the support organization? What are my inventory levels like right now, in real time? And nobody has access to that information. You do have access. Maybe you log into one system here, log into your ERP system here if you're technical enough, log into your sales system there, and you get different pictures of those. Or you can, if you really have guts, you can go ask one of your managers to go run a report, and 3 weeks later you'll get the status of your business 3 weeks ago, right? So it's really hard to get real-time information out of your existing systems. Problem number one. Problem number two, what's going on over time? How are things changing over time? How are my leads converting, right? How many of these leads turned into actual sales? Well, you know what? Unless your sales system is tied to your accounting system, you don't know what converted. Because the sales guy is not going to go in there and say, oh, I got this great lead from this direct mail campaign, and they're interested in making quota and seeing what their commissions are. There's no self-interest in them tracking lead to close. And unless you build a system that does that for you, you'll never figure out what the effectiveness is of your marketing spend. And that's probably 20 to 30% of all of our expenditures. So just that small example shows you the power of tying together your sales system and your ERP system. Who are my most expensive customers to support? How do you even know which customers have paid for support? For those of you that have run support organizations, how hard is it to get that accounting data back in your support system so you can pick up the phone and say, yeah, I actually should support this customer because I can see their transaction record, and yes, they bought support. Even large companies have a hard time getting that information. Small companies forget it. So looking and managing business over time. Then the third thing is, who do you trust to give you this information? It's not that your employees lie to you, but they do tend to shade the truth, and everything's great in support, and everything's great in IT, and there are no challenges until a nuclear explosion happens, and the whole place is blown up, and all hell is breaking loose. So you have to trust people to get that, and number two, those people are trusting systems to get it. So you're completely at the mercy of the people you hire to actually give you this data that you need to run the business. So I think those are the biggest challenges that we face. The reason you can't get any of this integrated data is the way we've sold you software historically, and the way you've bought software historically is you've bought it because I have an accounting pain, so I'll go buy an accounting package. I have inventory management issues. I'll go buy an inventory package. Oh, 20 salespeople have come on board. I need something to manage the sales force. So we buy these applications in silos when, in fact, the way we sell our products and the way we sell our services are a lead comes in, you close the sale, you deliver the product, you invoice the customer, you support the customer. It's a horizontal process. It's not a vertical process, which is where people start spending enormous amounts of money trying to tie together those silo applications to map to their business process flow. And so you get organizations that basically, oftentimes will have 2 sales applications, multiple accounting packages. And so, of course, it's no wonder that CEOs can't get any idea or any handle on what's going on in their business. So what we've looked at doing has been to tie together really the 2 big pieces of the application pie, and that's the back office, things like accounting, inventory management, distribution, and link those seamlessly with the front office applications of your website, your support organization, your sales organization, and really even managing your employees, their productivity, expense reporting, purchase orders and the like in one common data architecture. And that's effectively what we call the architecture for all of our products. We don't have a database for our CRM data and a database for our accounting data and a database for our support data. What we've been able to do with these unbelievable Oracle developers is to architect a single data store that effectively keeps one record on every customer. And then we provide different views on that record depending on your role in the organization. A support view gets access to some of those fields. A sales view gets access to others. An accounting view gets access to others. A bookkeeper gets access to another set. So effectively, with new technologies and with new web-based delivery architectures, we can create roles and permissions that allow different users in the organization to all live off the same data. So when a support person opens up a trouble ticket, they can see who the sales rep is. They can see if they bought support. They can see if the support guy has put, or the sales guy has put notes in recently that he's dealing with the customer as well. So the support person picks up the phone and talks to the salesperson about what's going on in this account so they don't screw up a deal that may be underway. I mean, that's a simple example, but it's the idea of everybody working off the same data set as is appropriate for their organization. That's number one. And number two, there's very robust functionality in here on a point product or point module by point module basis. Accounts payable, accounts receivable, online bill pay, writing checks, detailed Salesforce automation, detailed customer support. The functionality is there as well to support all of these users, anywhere from a two-person company up to, in our largest customer is about 800 employees.
Hi, my name is Manu Reiki, and I'm the co-founder at Wine Globe. We have 60,000 bottles, about 27,000 orders, approximately in 3 sales offices. One in our headquarters are right across the street in San Mateo, and we have an office in Chicago and Boston. And those are basically sales organizations in Chicago and Boston. But they've been able to seamlessly now integrate their sales effort into this company. Kind of give you a background about what we do. The 60,000 bottles and the 27,000 orders come from our phone system, from our web order, from our retail operation, and from our corporate sales. So there's salespeople that work on all 4 different aspects. Now you can imagine the problems we have if you have to integrate, try to get reports, trying to get information back from 4 different organizations within a small company. It was just a nightmare. So typically it was right before tax season when I got most of my information. It became impossible to mobilize and act on time. And so we actually embarked on a schedule to kind of get an application that could integrate most of these things. And we actually were using, our salesperson in Boston was using ACT. The salesperson in Chicago was using Goldmine. And the person in this office here, I mean, they were comfortable using the application. And the person in the sales office here were looking at Salesforce.com. So they decided they wanted to integrate it more. So then myself and the other founder ended up evaluating all the applications. So it was by luck that we dropped into Oracle Small Business Suite. And I haven't regretted a second making a decision. So the key to success for us was basically picking the right solution.